This is the plaintiff, Donna Colato. She says she hired the defendant to build her a patio, and he did a great job. Over the winter, the steps began to crack, so she called him to complain. He acted like he didn't even know her, denied doing her job, and refuses to make the repairs. She had to hire someone else to correct his mistakes. She paid him $2,000 and is suing for just that today.
Raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. The litigant has been sworn.
Thank you. Ms. Colato, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. So we're going to do things a little bit differently in this case, as you can probably see, that there's no one standing at the defendant's table just now. The reason for that is because, as you know, the defendant's defense is that you've got the wrong guy. So I intend to ask you some questions about what happened and have you describe that person. And it wouldn't be fair to him to be standing here while you're describing him. All you got to do is look to the left, right? So I asked for him to stay outside. He's watching through closed circuit right now. So what happened here?
I hired Nelson Raposa to do a patio for me in August, the beginning of August, and he started it. It was supposed to take 3 to 5 days, weather permitting. It ended up taking almost a month. The end of August, it was finished. And then in February...
Now, you were first happy with it, right? Like
I was happy with it, yeah.
What happened in February?
Well, with all the snow, I was shoveling the back patio, and I noticed against the house, the ledge that was built was just crumbling and disintegrating all the way down.
Do you have pictures of it? Did you send us
I do.
pictures? All right. Let's see the pictures. Okay, here's the before patio. Is this before what?
That's what it looked like before he started it.
Before he started.
That's finished.
And who is that up there?
That's Nelson Raposa.
Okay. How tall is he?
Maybe 5'7", 5'8". A little taller than me.
Where's he from? Do you know?
I believe Taunton.
Okay. Who's that?
That's who he says is not him. When I was in contact with him on the phone, he texted me that was supposed to be a picture of himself.
Okay, so hold on. You had a number for Nelson, what's the name?
Raposo.
Nelson Raposo.
I have 2 different numbers for him.
No, but hold on, slow down. You had an original number and just one number.
Yes.
And then what happened? You couldn't reach him at that number anymore?
I did reach him at that number, but somehow he called me on another number at home, and the caller ID said Wendy Raposa, which is his wife. I did a little investigating, and it's his wife.
Okay.
So I noticed, the number. I used that number from then on, and I recognized his voice, and he still swore it wasn't him.
Okay. What color hair does Nelson Raposo have?
Light brown. It's thinning. He always wears a funny little hat.
Okay. So you're positive this is the guy?
I am.
Okay, let's bring the defendant in. Ooh, I can't wait. Hi. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good.
Swear him in.
Yeah, swear him in.
Raise your right hand for me, please. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God? All yours, John.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Not him.
Right. Mr. Raposo, who are you? Another Nelson Raposo.
Correct.
When was the first time you heard from the plaintiff?
First time she called me, I guess it was 9:11 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock the most.
And?
She kept calling me so much times that when I told her it wasn't me. And I even told her, she kept arresting me and calling me and texting me and calling me and texting me.
Okay, where do you live?
I live in Providence, Rhode Island.
And where does the person who did your job is from another place?
Taunton.
Okay, so how did she get your number? She claims that the number she called was the second number, Wendy's number. You claim it's Wendy's number. Is there a Wendy in your life?
No.
Can I see your license?
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's his name. It's exactly who he says he is.
East Taunton?
No.
That's crazy.
It is.
Well, it's not. It's crazy only if you went to if you're mistaken. I'd like to think you're mistaken and not lying. If you just went online and tried to find a contractor who was named Nelson Raposo and then picked the wrong Nelson Raposo, it's awful. Your testimony under oath is, oh, no, Judge, the number I talked to that guy on was my Nelson's wife's because he called me. You have like a very, solid explanation for that. So the only way that you could be right is if the real Nelson Raposo sent in a fake to come in today to say, I don't know what you're talking about, except for that this guy's name is Nelson Raposo and he lives in Rhode Island. And that's who you picked. So I don't think you called Wendy's number. I think you picked a number out of a hat. I think you found a Nelson Raposo online, picked a number, and started calling this one. And you told her she was wrong. What do you do for a living?
I'm a contractor. I'm a painter.
Do you do masonry work?
No, I don't.
Have you ever done masonry work?
I did, but not patios.
Have you ever done a patio like hers?
No, sir.
Okay, so you told her that, and what did she say or do?
She said I'm a liar so many times, and other names I'm not even going to say here. I went through a lot of stuff with her. I even took a picture of myself in the morning, less than 8 o'clock in the morning, and sent it to her. This is me. I sent it to her, and she still didn't believe me.
She
called
thought
me a
that
thief.
maybe her Nelson Rapato had gotten, hey, wake up, take a picture of yourself to
And
somebody
I asked
else.
her,
at 8 in
Your
the morning.
Honor, I asked her, do you have a picture of the guy who did? She sent me that picture and more.
Yeah,
which I have here.
Yeah.
And I look at the picture, I was like, wow, this guy is like, he doesn't look like me at all.
No, how tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Right,
This is
and-
what I told her. And she told me my husband is 6'3".
What does that have to do with anything?
That's what I told her. I say, my husband is 6'3". You a thief,
Miss
you a liar.
Colato, if the guy's telling you, don't you want to sue the right guy?
I do, and I actually, when I went to the courthouse, I looked up, I knew his wife's name was Wendy Raposa, and I saw the picture of him. So I went down to the Registry of Deeds, and the house is where they live.
Did you serve
that's who
this
I-
person at that house?
I thought the court took care of that. I put the address that I have on the paperwork for the small claims case, and I just thought they would serve him at that address. That's what I thought.
Well, then how on earth could we contact you?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Because one of her friends on Facebook did a research on me.
Of course that's how it happened. I
And
know that's the only way to get the wrong guy. And I know that you're suing the wrong guy because I know he's really him. So now he's got a counterclaim against you for $5,000 for harassment.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Can you get sued for defamation for putting an untruthful review on Yelp?
No, it's an opinion. So how would anybody be able to prove whether you actually did it or not?
But what if it's untruthful? What if you say something that's not opinion, but untruthful?
Yeah, that sounds completely false. You should definitely be able to get sued for that.
You should.
Yes.
What?
I think so. You know what? It teaches other people not to do it. And people go to Yelp to get good reviews and to see who's good and who's not. So,
Fair enough.
be truthful.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
So were you laughing when she called you? Like, did you?
Actually, I told it was a joke.
How many times did she call you?
I can count.
No,
So many.
I need you to count 'em.
Probably 20, 30 times on those days.
That
or more
many?
than that, and
Dur-
text messages too.
During the court, how many times did she call you? 20 to 30 times?
At least.
During the course of how long?
Because she didn't call me no more because I block her. Then,
Yeah, you should have done that on the second call.
I
mean,
know, because I told it was a joke. And then she said, after I block her, she sent me a friend on Facebook and then the messages for me to be friend of her. That's when I knew who she was, because I click in the picture, I stroll it down, and I see all the comments from people saying she should have contact BBB, Better Business Barry. Somebody
Bureau.
says, Barry, yeah, sorry. And somebody says you should have show up in his house, and he has the specific guy or a woman says like this is how she get me. He lives in Providence. She says, I just send you your address, his name, and his phone number where he lives.
How do you know all that? Because it was on her Facebook, on her
On
public
her
page?
Facebook, yes, Your Honor.
Did that happen?
I
did a
did-
friend of yours from
I did my
Providence say,
research.
here's the guy?
Gave me the Providence address, but when I did the investigating, I found out he
I'm
lived in
sorry,
East Taunton.
except for that you're a liar then. Because you told me that the number that he possesses is a number that called your house when you spoke to the right Nelson Raposo, and that's not true. You just told me now that it's exactly like he said. You just did an internet search, or your friend did. Your friend gave you a number, and you decided to sue the person in Providence. That's what you did.
But I didn't sue the person in Providence.
Well,
I did the one in
you
Taunton.
did. Yes, you did. You're lying about how you got this guy's phone number. Do you know the person who gave her your name?
No. Not at all.
Did they also give your phone number?
Mm-hmm. And they create a Yap page too against me. Nelson Raposa talking bad things about me. I'm a thief. Everything.
That you're a thief?
Yeah,
me
only
see.
in America.
You put a Yelp review on this guy?
Nelson Raposa.
How
That's
long
the
ago
only
did you
one
do
that
that?
I know.
Yeah, but you're the wrong guy. You just basically took the word of some friend of yours and said, hey, I found some guy in Providence. And you're like, woohoo! The phone number that you got is for the wrong guy. And if you don't realize that by now, there's no hope for you. I think you should realize that by now.
Oh, well, I know that's not the right guy.
You have dragged the guy into court. You have called him 20, 30 times. You have trashed his business on Yelp, and it's the wrong guy, right? So now he wants $5,000. He's counterclaiming against you. You have a court date in Taunton, don't you?
Yes.
Do not dismiss that court date. Go to Taunton, and
Okay.
you're going to see your Nelson Rapato
I hope
there.
so. I hope so.
Because between the time you filed the case and now, he has probably been served. If you have not dismissed that case because you came to the People's Court.
I haven't dismissed it.
You haven't. Do not. And you can have your party with the right Nelson. Now what do I do with this Nelson, who has come all the way down from Providence to face the music because you claim that you had for sure the right number, and we know you didn't, that you got that number through some generic way. Somebody goes, hey, sue this guy. Oh, that sounds good. I mean, how long ago did you put that Yelp review?
August, maybe?
Okay, I am ordering you to write a Yelp review saying you had the wrong guy. Or do you want her just to take it down? What do you want?
I wanted to take him down.
Take it down. I'm ordering you to take it down. In fact, you're going to take it down before you leave my courthouse. That's how
Okay.
much I want you to take it down. All right? So you're going to take it down. Now, what do I do about the fact that this guy has traveled all the way over here, has listened to your phone calls, ended up getting sued? What do I do about that?
Just want the right thing. That's all.
Yeah, well, it's not worth $5,000. I mean, I might pay $5,000 to have this story. I'm ordering you to pay the man. You do have to be careful about stuff like this. You know, this causes people angst. Getting sued causes people angst. You have to sue the right guy. Now, in fairness to her, the address that she put on was not the address that the friend gave from Providence.
No.
Yeah, and so she didn't pick that address to sue you at. She picked the other address. She thought she had the right guy. You know that, right? She thought that the right guy was a snake pretending to be the wrong guy. You understand what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to order the plaintiff to pay the defendant $500 for his troubles. I think
Thank you,
that's
Your
fair.
Honor.
Good luck, folks.
Well, in what I believe may be a first here in the People's Court, the plaintiff has sued the wrong person and got him into court. How do you feel about this?
I don't know how the address and the phone number got mixed up, but this isn't him, and he was from Taunton, so I don't know.
No, he's not from Taunton.
No, not him, but the one that did my patio.
You were bugging him on the phone.
I called him a few times, not
Yeah?
20 or 30, but definitely called him. He sounded familiar to me.
Do you feel sorry for him?
I do a little bit.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
apologize.
Apologies.
Is that how you do it? Apologies?
Yeah.
Well, got another court case coming up.
Yes.
Good luck to you that time.
Thank you.
Make sure you got the right guy.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you, ma'am. Will the real Nelson Raposo step out here? He just did. He just did. How are you?
Good, and you?
What an experience, huh?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I mean, kind of crazy to get sued, and you know you're not the guy.
Of course not. It's not good being sued like being somebody else.
Do you think it's hurt your business at all, or you don't know?
I don't know. That's a big mark question right now.
Okay. Well, you made it to the People's Court.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
And congratulations for winning. Thank you. Okay, very good. Harvey?
Doug, she did go back to court. The real Raposo showed up and she won her case.